Christianity. You have to be careful what you follow out here in this world. And of course, remember, we all have the power within ourselves. Self. Remember, self. You as an individual to dictate what you like and what you don't like. And of course, it's up to you to make sure that these fulfillments are basically being filled every day. Look at a cup, for instance. You have a cup. You know that liquids that you want to accumulate to go inside of you need to be filled. So, of course, with that being said, every day you got to fill up a cup and make sure that that cup is satisfying you in a way where you can basically find a way to feel nourished. And if you're not feeling nourished in a form of matter, then of course it's too heavy. The matter is too dense. The matter is too sterilized. And of course, when something is too sterilized, then it's going to be very hard for you to actually realize the behind the scenes mechanisms and how these things partake you. So you got to understand and understand that there's really nothing wrong with how you look at the world. It's just how it's being deprived on other individuals to basically have them do something or force them to basically do something that they think is cool for them. 10 times out of 10, everything that you see in the world is not the right thing to do. Just because it may look good, just because it may bring you a little bit of benefits of the doubt from certain times, that don't mean it's a fulfillment for everyone's space to be fulfilled in. Everybody hate being smothered. You can't have everyone into one spot and one position for too damn long. There's too many spaces out here. There's too many narrows out here for you to basically get lost into one speculation of things. And of course, if you don't inspect things, you won't have the the internal speculation to basically see through the veil that's basically being presented on you on a day-to-day basis. Yeah, I'm not attacking nobody that's in this Christianity shit, but just know that what you follow has to have some form of evidence and it needs to have some form of proof without you looking into a book, without you looking at a perspective on how you could basically angleize or put other individuals into certain hemispheres. Yeah, the book the book is true if you have a whole world agreeing to it, the whole world adding on to it. And if something that's keep being agreed upon and adding towards it, it can manifest into the people worlds that they believe in it. But the individuals that do not believe in that shit, it cannot affect them or harm them. And of course, especially if they're not in the fair program, which means they have their own faith, their own strength. But 10 times out of 10, we're talking about the same shit. So it don't really boils down to how you see it. It boils down to how you allow it to be seen into your realm of reality. And of course, what you're seeing is what you believe in. That's if you're paying attention to it. So that means you go into that world, and of course, you experience that world. You experience all the experiments that it has, and all the portions, and all the molecules, and all the substances that it can basically take to basically subject and project on you as an individual. So you have to understand and understand that the aspects that you're seeing into your uptaking in life is what you're basically taking upon into actions for you to basically create. And of course, you are the creator. You are the one that's creating your reality. Nobody else is creating your reality for you. If you believe in that somebody else is controlling and creating your reality, then my brother, my sister, you have gave your power to that individual, and actually you allow this individual to basically upheld your haven. Your haven, yes, your haven. Remember, we all got havens. We all got unhavens too. We all got angels. We all got demons. And of course, sometimes we can turn these things into good. Sometimes we can turn these things to bad or for worse. Feel me? The worst would mean you get too lost into a chakra, too lost into a root cause of something. And of course, you can bury your ass in that dirt with them skeletons if you are basically vibrating in that exterior. And of course, everything got an interior too. And if things are held within for too long, they have to burst in flames like the full moon when the rain come down. And of course, you're always going to have this intuition, into perspective, but if also you got to question things. You question, when you question things, you receive answers. You're going to receive the behind the scenes, and you're going to see how it's basically being accumulated. Because what you accumulate is what you create. And what you create is what you accumulated. So be careful what you accumulate. Feel me? There's many groups out here. There's many packs out here. And there's many individuals that you can vibrate with. And of course, and many individuals that you can basically connect with. But if you have no proof of what you claim or what you praise or what you worship, then you have to be very careful of who you allowing and telling others to basically follow. Because remember, you have to look at things in this perspective. We all sharing spaces, and we all sharing certain locations. Certain spirits don't agree with certain spirits. Certain vessels are not meant to be with certain vessels. This play down to blood lineages. This play down to past experiences that you was in certain vessels that you experienced in life. This also plays down to circumstances and situations where the person you following may have caused some upheavals to another individual soul system or spiritual system, almost to the point that individuals get so lost and give up too easily to fight that they get all over the place, get eradicated all over the place, which means that 10 times out of 10, not every individuals are strong enough to withstand their power. They can easily fold like the wallet in your pocket, or they can basically become a sock where other individuals just wear them for a certain comfort. And remember, the longer you get comfortable in a situation or circumstance, the longer it's going to take for you to actually break out of it. Because you have to understand that everything has an expiration date. Everything has a purpose in life. And remember, things expire by itself, whether it's being used or not. So, either way, there's always going to be something that's out there that's going to stop it in its tracks. And just know that. You're always going to be someone that's out there willing to stop you in your tracks. You may not see it. You may be seeing it. You may be unaware of it, or you may be aware of it. But of course, being aware of at all times is highly important. It's highly contagious to you. Because when you're aware, you're seeing things miles away, and you're prepping yourself to get on course on how you should basically go through that obstacle. Now, every day is going to be an obstacle. Certain programs you in are obstacles. And when something becomes an obstacle, it becomes too hard. And when it's becoming too hard, that means it's too stuck, it's too fixed, it's too stiff. And when something is too stiff, it's hard to break them individuals out of it. Look, for instance, your goddamn government is stiffed on rules, stiffed on circumstances, stiffed on situations, almost to the point that it can make you feel uncomfortable about these situations. Now, if you keep agreeing and keep allowing situations to play out into endeavors or how it speculates into forms, you're going to feel a way about it. You're going to get catastrophic. And when things get catastrophic, you see the true tensions and the true bloodlines of how things can basically relish on other individuals. So you as an individual, you got to make sure that whatever you participate in, it has some extremes, it has some lows, it has some highs. But if it's always in a circumstance situation of lows, then you're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong religion. You're in the wrong Christianity. Period. Again, there's nothing wrong with these things. It's the demons you worship. The demon that you worship. That's the problem. Feel me? You can have 20,000s of people coming together and basically creating a nice, natural perceptions for themselves where they can work together. Not have to rely on individuals to make them do shit. So, just know that we the people, you the people, have your power. So you have to understand that whatever you put yourself in is the same way you're going to get yourself out of it. And you can only get yourself out of a situation. Ain't nobody going to force you out. Ain't nobody going to force you in. It's your decision at the end of the day. They can basically keep handing you, trying to sell you shit. But if you keep putting yourself into a blockage of not allowing this shit to come into your area, then of course it won't affect you. Individuals can try harder, and they're going to do their best to basically try to get you in some way. But if you're in a situation of not allowing shit to affect you in life, you're a strong spirit. And of course, they got a challenge now. They got to challenge you. Whether it's the people, places, and things that you're closely relatively to, or it's the individuals that you basically are connected to as a friend or substances. See, spirits take all shapes and forms. No matter what spirit or space or vibration it's in, it's always going to take a shape and form. And if you put yourself into that speculatism spirit, not having your own position, woo, you're gonna be a follower. And being a follower means you just following the pack. You're not even creating your own packs. You're not even creating your own land. You're not creating your own groups. You're allowing individuals to have you follow some shit, but it shouldn't may not even be in your best interest. Because everything's supposed to be in your best interest. And of course, you're supposed to know the equilibrium ladder school when it comes to self-discipline, self-balance, and not putting yourself into situations of overindulging way too much. Because when you overindulge way too much, you go to the over excessiveness, and of course this can burn you out. And of course, if you get burned out, that means your fire, your passions need some water. You gotta care for yourself now, feel me? Then you can basically receive the ideas on what is right to do and what is not to do. Then you can get back to your consistent routine pattern, and of course structure, status, and how you can build yourself into that world. But it's very important to make sure that this era that you in, or this era that you worship, is coming to an end. Feel me? It's in a new phase of basically being redirected. You see what's going on in the world right now. So just know that you have yourself at the end of the day. Feel me? And if you can put yourself first and not putting demons first and not making it seem like you need a demon to feel fulfilled in your life, then of course you will have all the help and support in the world to basically the highest substantials. But if you're in a situation of having lose faith, lose hope, basically relying and praising something that you have no sight of, no vision of, no experience of seeing, and you put yourself into blind faith, being a dogmatism. And of course, being a dogmatism gonna lead your ass to blind faith. Because basically you have faith in something that you can't see, and you having faith in something that you basically can't realize. But at the end of the day, we can realize you. We see your ass. We don't see nobody that you praising or worshiping. You may have some faith into something, but of course, that faith better be within inside you. Who you praise is you. Who you worship is you. Don't have no false idols. Your Bible fucking told you that shit. So don't even try to sit here and talk this bullshit talking about some, oh, he's saying the wrong shit. No, what he talking about? No. You heard what the fuck that shit say. So basically, go with your Bible. Go with your Bible says, nigga. No false idols, nigga. I don't give a fuck what they said. Now, how can you claim that whoever's writing the motherfucking book, how can you claim these motherfuckers was talking to this God that you praise? It looked to me that this was a bunch of humans that was sitting together in one circle, dictating how they gonna fucking control the world. And you see the dictatorship now. You see all the bullshit that's going on now. That's the most sense we can make out of it. You don't see them unseen. Like, you see this damn book. You don't see no writings on this fucking book unless you have a human with a pen writing on that goddamn book. Feel me? You asked for the power. It's handed to you. Now you gotta put the pieces together. So don't never put yourself into a position thinking that everything came down here for you to follow it. No. Shit came down here to be used as a tool, as a bitch, and constructed. Remember, things have to be constructed in order. Things gotta be built. You ain't see a house. You ain't come to this world and see a house built already. This shit had to be built. Just like how a house is built, a book is built, words is built. These things is built. It can build on your mentality in a good way or a bad way. You just got to pick and choose the poison that you're going to accumulate with, or best believe, back yourself away from. And never put yourself into a position of following shit that you have no proof of. I don't give a fuck what was said in there. It's only said in there for it to be followed. And if rules is not followed, then they go to the extremes by cutting your fucking head off. So never put yourself into a position to believe in everything. You have to believe in yourself, feel me? Because when you believe in something, you believe in the rapture. You believe this is just like this is your spirit, which is no shape, no form. It's going to gravitate towards the light. And it's going to basically create out of that light. Of course, what happens when things is created out of something, it start to get built into your world because you would believe in it. Now you're experiencing it. So be careful what you believe in. Be careful what you're experiencing. Be careful of these groups that you basically walk into. And again, there's nothing wrong with this shit. We're going to work together regardless. But who the fuck is you worshiping? Question that question. And get behind the scenes and find out who the fuck that is. Because you got power to do that shit. So don't allow them to take your power away. Love you.